Hello, thanks for joining me. As you can see, I'm in the workshop today and I'm making what I hope will be quite a short video, but one which will be useful to people with a wide range of different bikes. Because what I'm looking at is one of my wing mirrors. It just happens to be on my Norton Commando, but it could be on any bike, and it's become loose so that when I'm riding along it moves round slightly just with the pressure of the wind. So I'm looking at my chest rather than what's behind me. As I say, it's quite a common problem, and so let's see if we can fix it. Here is the mirror in question. It's this bar end mirror on my Norton Commando. It's a nice little carbon fibre mirror here, but what's happening now is when I'm riding along, you can see it still sticks in place, but it just moves too easily. So that when I'm riding along, the wind pressure on here just pushes it round, so it's orienting the wrong way. And I don't know if you can see on the back here, I'll get in as close as I can. There's actually no way on here to adjust it, to tighten it up. You've just got a ball here in a nylon socket. So let's have a look and see if we can get in there and fix it. These mirrors are usually glued in here with a couple of sticky pads at the back or some blobs of glue. So if I can remove the glass from this side, I'll be able to get behind, and it might be possible to tighten up that swivel. Don't know. So what I'm going to do is I've got my, I don't know if you see, I've got my heat gun here. Going to apply a little bit of heat. You don't need too much because you don't want to start damaging it. Heat it up to try and melt the glue. And then you need to get something just down the edge here just to lever it out. Now it's very tight, is this, in the frame. So I've got an old modelling knife here, which I'm going to, and the blade on it is actually quite blunt. So I'm just going to use that as a thin thing to get in there and see. So yeah, let's see if it works. But give this a little bit of heat. Right, that's quite warm now, so let's see if it'll lever out. Yep, I'll get that out. There we are. And it's actually some glue. You see, it's not sticky pads, it's some glue behind there. So I'll put that mirror down somewhere safe where it'll stay clean. And what we have here is some screws. Move some of this glue out of the way. See what's going on here, because this is the back of the that's the back of the mirror. See if there's some way of tightening that up. So I've just removed enough of the glue here to be able to get to these three screws. I'll undo these three screws and then let's have a look, see what's behind this plate here. That's the screws out, and I've just put them in one of these little magnetic dishes here. I'm a sucker for these little magnetic dishes. I've got loads of them. Every time I go to a bike show, I buy myself a couple more because they're just so useful. This is a very small one, as you can see, just for putting the screws in. So I'll use my craft knife again to see if I can lever this plate off. Yeah, and as I hoped, you can see here, there's this little metal plate here with two screws which presses on the end of the ball. So if I tighten these two screws up a little bit, I should be able to get more pressure on the ball here and stiffen up the movement on the mirror. Right, so this one was in, this one on this side was in as far as it would go, but this one here I was able to give about another quarter of a turn. I think that is tightened up now, and I can feel that mirror is considerably stiffer than it was before. So hopefully that's the problem solved. So now I'll put that plate back on, and I think there's enough glue left on the back of the mirror and on the front of that plate just for me to heat it up again and stick it back on. If not, I've got a heat glue gun. I can put a little bit more on, but I think that'll be sufficient. So let's get it back together. That's the screws back in, so I've got my heat gun out again. Let's apply a little bit of heat to this. It's not going to need too much. And a little bit to the mirror. So some glue on the mirror. Doing this off camera, but sure it'll glue on both. That's enough. Right, let's see if we can stick this back on. That should be fine. And once that's cooled down, the glue will reset. Okay, so floppy mirror problem solved. Hope you found that useful if you are suffering from similar problems. It's a very quick and easy fix. All you need is heat gun and, possibly if you need a bit more glue on it, a hot glue gun. Okay, see you again soon. Bye.